Yo, what is up, guys? It is Awesome Sports 13 here, and today I'm on a call with Curry Gaming and Monster Jam Dallas.
Yo.
And I am here with the points competition, Season 1, Event Number 2. And here is a quick look at the track. We are using the 6-lane raceway today. And we'll go down here, and the first person to hit the line will take the win. Let's go over the races. We'll kick things off with the stunt truck taking on Stinger Unleashed. And yeah, we'll just go down from there. Got some good races going on today. And yeah. Whiplash versus Stone Crusher. Backwards Bob versus Bad Company. Of course, we got in there. And we'll end off round number 1 with Max D and Sparkle Smash. So let's get this event underway. And Season 1 of the Monster Jam Points Competition, Event Number 2 is underway. And the first winner will be Stinger Unleashed as he hit the line first. I don't even think he hit the line. He did not. That'll give the win to Stinger Unleashed. Next up, we have the Grey Clips Mohawk Warrior taking on the 25th Anniversary Avenger. And it will be the 25th Anniversary Avenger getting the win over Mohawk Warrior. Next up, we have Full Charge taking on the Yellow Zombie. Sorry, bad camera work there. And what a race. But it will be the Yellow Zombie getting the win over Full Charge. Next up, we have Megalodon taking on Boogie Van. And Megalodon will hit the line first, and he'll take the win. Next up, we have the current truck in 4th place, Axe, taking on Bulldozer. And Axe will take the win over Bulldozer. Next up, we have Excalibur taking on Recreation. And it will be Excalibur getting the win over Recreation. Next up, we have the Green Ghost Gravedigger taking on Saigon Shaker. And what a race, but it will be the Green Ghost Gravedigger getting the win over Saigon Shaker. Next up, we have Iron Outlaw taking on Double Decker. And it will be, Iron Outlaw with a come-from-behind win over Double Decker. Next up, we have the Lucas Stabilizer taking on the Purple Jurassic Attack. And it will be the Lucas Stabilizer getting the win over the Purple Jurassic Attack. Next up, we have Horsepower taking on Velociraptor. And what a race, but it will be Velociraptor getting the win over Horsepower. Next up, we have Gravedigger taking on the Black El Toro Loco. And Gravedigger will get the win over the Black El Toro Loco. What an upset. Next up, we have the Burn Victim Zombie taking on the Orange Bad Company. And the Red Burn Victim Zombie will get the win over the Orange Bad Company. Next up, we have El Toro Loco taking on Alien Invasion. And Alien Invasion will take the win over El Toro Loco. Next up, we have Maximum Destruction taking on Time Flies. And Time Flies will take down Maximum Destruction. Next up, we have the Split Paint Job Avenger taking on the Joker. And the Split Paint Job Avenger will take the win over Joker. Next up, we have Higher Education taking on Big Kahuna. And Big Kahuna will take the win over Higher Education. Next up, we have Crustacean taking on Monster Mutt Rottweiler. And wow, that is really close. But as you can tell from the aerial view, Monster Mutt Rottweiler will take down Crustacean. Next up, we have Bitman taking on Bounty Hunter. And Bitman will take the win with a block. Next up, we have the Gravedigger the Legend taking on Racing Stripes. And Racing Stripes will take the win over Gravedigger the Legend. Next up, we have Bad Habit taking on Octanator. And what a race, but it will be Octanator taking the win over Bad Habit. Next up, we have Blue Thunder taking on the Darkest Neo Bakugan Dragonoid. And Blue Thunder will take the win over the Darkest Neo Dragonoid as he hit the line first. Next up, we have Monster Mutt taking on Lumberjack. And what a race, but it will be... Ooh! He had a burst of speed at the end, Monster Mutt, but that will not get him anywhere as he still lost to Lumberjack. Next up, we have Dragon taking on Jester. And Jester... Ooh! What a race. Oh, my back. Sorry. But Jester will still get the win over Dragons. Next up, we have the World Finals 20 Avenger taking on the Purple Gravedigger the Legend. And the World Finals 20 Avenger will get the win. Next up, we have Jurassic Attack taking on the Red Primer Gravedigger. And Jurassic Attack, I think, yes, he will get the win over the Red Primer Gravedigger. Next up, we have Wildflower taking on Bakugan Dragonoid. And Bakugan Dragonoid will take down Wildflower. Next up, we have Crush Cycle taking on Salvager. And Salvager will take the win over Crush Cycle. Next up, we have Whiplash taking on Stone Crusher. And Stone Crusher will take the win over Whiplash. Next up, we have the Silver Wolf's Head taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And Monster Mutt Dalmatian will take the win over the Silver Wolf's Head. Next up, we have Backwards Bob taking on Bad Company. And Backwards Bob will take the win over Bad Company. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Husky taking on Kraken. And Kraken will get the win with a block. Next up, we have the Biker Zombie taking on Superman. And the Biker Zombie will get the win over Superman. Next up, we have Wolf's Head taking on the Mercury Monster Mutt. And the Wolf's Head will take the win over Mercury Monster Mutt as he hit the line first. Next up, we have Storm Damage taking on Captain's Curse. And Captain's Curse will take the win over Storm Damage. Next up, we have Rage taking on Ranger Rescue. And Rage will take the win over Ranger Rescue. Next up, we have Soldier Fortune Black Ops taking on Nightmare. And Soldier Fortune Black Ops will take the win over Nightmare. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Poodle taking on Earthshaker. And wow, what a race, but it will be Earthshaker taking the win over Monster Mutt Poodle. Alright guys, so just a little update. These two trucks were actually not here. The reason being was because I actually used them for a thumbnail. And yeah, so that was the reason they're not there. But these two are going to be the last race of round number 1. Zombie and Golden Retriever. Next up, we have the Global Avenger taking on Scooby-Doo. And what a race! But Scooby-Doo will take down the Global Avenger in round number 1. The person that is in second place is out round 1. Next up, we have Max D taking on Sparkle Smash. And what a race, but it will be Sparkle Smash getting the win over Max D as he hit the line first. And the final race of round number 1 will feature Zombie taking on Golden Retriever. And what a race, but it will be Golden Retriever as Zombie did a bike or a wheelie. I don't know what you call that. But that'll cost him. Golden Retriever will advance to round number 2. Alright guys, and here are the trucks in this event that'll get a total of 1 point for this event. Alright guys, and here's our matchups for round number 2. As you guys can tell right here. We'll kick things off with Stinger Unleashed in the 25th Anniversary Avenger. And yeah, Stinger Unleashed is still in it. He will likely still be in the points lead if he wins. And we'll end off round number 1, or round number 2, with Sparkle Smash and Golden Retriever. So, let's see if the Avenger can pull off an upset. Alright guys, and let's see if Avenger can pull off a stunner against Stinger Unleashed, the event number 1 champion. And he will get the win over Stinger Unleashed. That is huge for the point standings. Next up, we have the Yellow Zombie taking on Megalodon. And Megalodon will take the win over the Yellow Zombie. Next up, we have Axe taking on Excalibur. And Excalibur will take the win as Axe did a bicycle, and that'll cost him as Excalibur will take the win. Next up, we have the Green Ghost Gravedigger taking on Iron Outlaw. And Iron Outlaw will take the win over the Green Ghost Gravedigger. Next up, we have the Lucas Stabilizer taking on Velociraptor. And what a race! But as you guys can tell from the aerial view at the top of your screen, Velociraptor will take the win over the Lucas Stabilizer. Next up, we have Gravedigger taking on the Red Burn Victim Zombie. Why am I calling it the Red Burn Victim Zombie? And he'll win, I think. That is a really close race, and yes, he'll take the win over Gravedigger. Next up, we have Alien Invasion taking on Time Flies. And what a race, but it will be Time Flies getting the win over Alien Invasion. Next up, we have the Split Paint Job Avenger taking on Big Kahuna. And Big Kahuna, I think, will take the win. And he does, getting the win over the Split Paint Job Avenger. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Batman. And Rottweiler will take the win barely over Batman. Next up, we have Racing Stripes taking on Octonator. And Racing Stripes will get the win over Octonator. Next up, we have Blue Thunder taking on Lumberjack. What a race, but it will be Lumberjack taking the win over Blue Thunder. Next up, we have Jester taking on the World Finals 20 Avenger. And the Jester will take the win over the World Finals 20 Avenger. Next up, we have Jurassic Attack taking on Bakugan Dragonoid. And Bakugan Dragonoid will take the win over Jurassic Attack. Next up, we have Stone Crusher taking on Salvager. What a race. I think Salvager got that. Let me take a quick look at the replay. Alright guys, so I looked at the replay. You can look for yourself, but as you can tell, Salvager barely hit the line first, and he'll take the win, and he'll move on to round number 3. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on Backwards Bibbidi. What a race, but it will be Backwards Bob as he hit the line first, getting the win over Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up, we have Kraken taking on the Biker Zombie. And the Biker Zombie will get the win with a block. Next up, we have Wolf's Head taking on Captain's Curse. And Wolf's Head will get the win with a block. What a finish. Next up, we have Rage taking on Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And Soldier Fortune Black Ops will hit the line first, therefore he'll take the win. Next up, we have Earthshaker taking on Scooby-Doo. And Earthshaker will take the win over Scooby-Doo. And the final race of round number 2 will feature Sparkle Smash taking on Monster Mutt Golden Retriever. And Golden Retriever hit the line first, so he'll take the win. Alright guys, and the 20 trucks that you currently see on the screen will get a total of 3 points for this event. And here are the trucks that are in round number 3. And we'll kick things off with the 25th Anniversary Avenger taking on Megalodon. And if you look... Alright you guys, and I'm just quickly editing the video. I'm not entirely sure the reason why it cut off there, but what I was trying to say was that if you lost in that round, you would get a total of 5 points. So that was just a quick update. I don't know why it cut off, but yeah, that's pretty much what I was trying to say. And who is going to round number 4? And what a race, but it will be Megalodon getting the win over the 25th Anniversary Avenger. Next up, we have Excalibur taking on Iron Outlaw. And Iron Outlaw will take the win over Excalibur. Next up, we have Velociraptor taking on the Burn Victim Zombie. And whoa, what a race! He tried to block him, but it didn't work as the Burn Victim Zombie will take the win over Velociraptor. Next up, we have Time Flies taking on Big Kahuna. What a race, but Time Flies will hit the line first, so he'll take the win. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Racing Stripes. And Rottweiler will take the win with a block. What a race. Next up, we have Lumberjack taking on the Red Jester. And Jester hit the line first, so he'll take the win over Lumberjack. Next up, we have Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Salvager. What a race, but Bakugan Dragonoid will hit the line first, so he'll take the win over Salvager. Next up, we have Backwards Bob taking on the Biker Zombie. And what a race, but Backwards Bob will block Biker Zombie for the win. Next up, we have Wolf's Head taking on Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And Wolf's Head will take the win as he hit the line first, getting the win over Soldier Fortune Black Ops. And the final race of round number 3 will feature Earthshaker taking on Golden Retriever. And Golden Retriever will take the win over Earthshaker. Alright guys, and the 10 trucks that you currently see on the screen will get a total of 5 points for this event. Alright guys, and here's our matchups for round number 5. And as you can tell, there are a total of 10 trucks, and we'll need 2 trucks to verse against each other for a fast loser, because 10 will go down to 5. And here we go. So the 2 trucks that have the best races that lost in this round will have a chance at the fast loser. So here we go. Let's go ahead and see who's going to the quarterfinals. And who is going to the quarterfinals of event number 2. Iron Outlaw will get the win over Megalodon. Next up, we have the Burn Victim Zombie taking on Time Flies. What a race, but I think that was Time Flies. Let me go ahead and look at the replay.
Next up, we have the Burn Victim Zombie taking on Time Flies.
All right, guys, so I looked at the replay, and Time Flies just by a hair, by a millimeter, took down the Burn Victim Zombie, the Burn Victim Zombie. But he is a very, very strong suitor for one of the two trucks in the Fast Loser round. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler taking on Jester. And Monster Mutt Rottweiler will take the win over Jester. Next up, we have Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Backwards Bob. What a race, but it will be Bakugan Dragonoid as he hit the line first, getting the win over Backwards Bob. In the final race of the round number 5, will feature Wolf's Head and Golden Retriever. And it will be Golden Retriever getting the win over Wolf's Head. All right, guys, so I took a look back at the races, and as you can tell, there were only 2 trucks that lost, that hit the line, and whoever wins this next race will face Golden Retriever. And it will be Megalodon taking on Backwards Bob, who is coming back as the Fast Loser. And it will be Megalodon getting the win over Backwards Bob. All right, guys, and the 4 trucks that you see on screen right now will get a total of 7 points for this event. All right, guys, and here's our matchups for the quarterfinals. And as you guys can tell, there are only 3 races. We'll need a Fast Loser. And the 2 trucks, once again, the 2 trucks that lost and had the best races will race each other for the final spot in the semifinals. So, who is going to the semifinals of event number 2? So, who is going to the semis? And it will be Time Flies as he hits the line first. And who will be the one to meet Time Flies in the semifinals? Monster Mutt Rottweiler or Bakugan Dragonoid? And it will be Bakugan Dragonoid. And the final race of the quarterfinals will feature Golden Retriever and Megalodon. And it will be Golden Retriever. Alright, guys, and here are our matchups for the semifinals. I took a look back at the races, and there was only, once again, 2 trucks that hit the line. And here they are, Megalodon and Iron Outlaw. Who is going back to the semifinals? And it will be Megalodon! Alright, guys, and the 2 trucks that you see on screen right now, Rottweiler and Iron Outlaw, they will get a total of 9 points for this event. And that, my friends, will bring us to the semifinals of event number 2. Inside of Time Flies, we have Mr. Meme. Inside of Bakugan Dragonoid, we have Demo Derby 68. Inside of Golden Retriever, we have Diecast Collection Video Arts. And inside of Megalodon, we have Monster Jam Racing. So, who is going to the championship race? And who is going to the championship race? It'll be Mr. Meme in Time Flies. And who will be facing Time Flies in the championship race? Golden Retriever or Megalodon? And it will be Golden Retriever as he hit the line first. Alright, you guys, and these 2 trucks that you see on screen, Bakugan Dragonoid and Megalodon, will get a total of 11 points for this event. Alright, you guys, and here is the championship race for points competition, Monster Jam Points Competition Season 1, Event Number 2. Inside of Time Flies, we have Mr. Meme, and inside of Golden Retriever, we have Diecast Collection Video Arts. So, the winner of event number 2 is going to be none other than Diecast Collection Video Arts in Monster Mutt Golden Retriever. You have won this event. This will put you up big in the point standings that I'm going to have to add up right now. Congratulations to you. You have made a big leap in the points standings. So sorry to Time Flies. You did super well. You have absolutely boosted yourself up in the points standings as well, as you only got, as I mentioned in the points standings video that I made in event number 1, I was stunned that you only got 1 point, but just like that, you are right back in it as you got yourself a grand total of 13 points. And the winner, actually, though, Diecast Collection Video Arts, just got himself 15 points along with his 5 points, I think. So he will likely be, we likely have a new points leader in Golden Retriever. So let's go ahead, with that being said, let's go ahead and add up the points right now.
Blake Wilkins
All right,
won.
guys, so I looked back and I added up the points, and this is interesting. So there is a tie for the number 1 spot between Stinger Unleashed and Golden Retriever for 18 points. Iron Outlaw and Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Megalodon are all tied for 3rd at 16. Then we have the Global Avenger with 14. 25th Anniversary Avenger in 14th with 10. And yes, we got some interesting trucks here. And look at this leap for Time Flies. He went all the way from 79th, second last place, all the way up to the top 10 in 9th with 14 points. So that is very interesting. And Monster Jam Collector Racing and and Monster Jam Dallas are on the call if they want to say hi at all.
Good night, everyone. Good racing.
Corbin's there somewhere. I don't know where he is. Or, nope, I'll have to censor that now. And Bad Company, Curry Gaming, what are you doing? You're in last. Get better. And, yeah, so those are the current point standings. And I'll see you guys in event number 3.